Well, what's the ultimate goal of many in the Democratic Party when it comes to guns? Because they have momentum now. That is, the Democrats, because they're faulting the Republicans when these shootings take place, like in El Paso and Dayton, and saying they're in the control of the NRA and they're against sensible gun laws. Well, what about that? Ed Battagliano with Abraham Hamilton III. I'm Tim Wildman. Uh, Abe, you've been in the justice system, worked as a prosecutor, right? Guns and what the Democrats are saying about guns. Where are they going with this? Do you think? Where do they want to go with this?
Yeah, I think it's no secret when you understand the Communist Manifesto and the consistent replay of routine from Marxists and the ideological Marxists. Their goal is complete confiscation of firearms. It is the eradication
Yeah, but you
of
can't
the
do
Second
that in
Amendment.
America. That's impossible.
Well, that won't stop them from trying to do it. I mean, when you think about the things that are happening now, and I often use the example of Venezuela. The Venezuelan people are sick and tired of the Maduro regime, but they can't really get rid of him. Why? Because they have no firearms. Gun control was exercised in Venezuela. The only people who have guns in Venezuela are the Venezuelan government under Nicolas Maduro. And the Second Amendment in our country was meant expressly to protect us from the overarching government. So you have those who are advocates for a larger and larger government. It's no surprise that they also want to be the only ones who have guns.
Ed, back to our founding of our country, and the reason for the First Amendment was so that private citizens could have guns in case of government tyranny.
Second Amendment, yeah.
Second Amendment, rather.
Yeah.
Second Amendment. So, you think the Democrats are really for confiscating guns?
I absolutely do. I think they are for severely restricting who can own guns. I think they would ban every handgun, legal handguns,
If they could.
if they could. I think they want a national registry. I think that's what's behind background checks. Because normal people say, "What's wrong with the background check?" I'd be fine with background checks if the left was in agreement with the right, Democrats and Republicans, that Americans have a constitutional right to have guns. But they don't believe that. And I think that the National Registry, we saw this in Katrina, during Hurricane Katrina. The government there went door to door and confiscated guns. They say, "We have an emergency on our hands. We're confiscating your guns." Imagine if they knew who had guns and where they were. It would make that job that much easier.
Well, we really need to watch what those on the left say and what they do. I agree with these two gentlemen. I think the ultimate objective, if they had their way, would to basically do away with the Second Amendment. Now, they're not going to be able to probably do that anytime soon in a constitutional way, but for all practical purposes, they want to restrict gun control to almost none. That's their goal. We'll see you next time on Reason and Company.